Sorry. Okay. Good evening. Hi, you're flying with the Pod Squadron podcast. All wings report in. This is Andy, Pod Job, standing by.
Oh, Tracy's not here. It's my turn. Hi, this is Lex, the Feral Geek, standing by.
Hey, and it's Rodney, the Podfather, standing by.
All ships to attack formation. Mission objective is to talk about Star Wars in movies, streaming, animation, books, themed experiences, and your art and inspiration from the galaxy far, far away. Tonight's flight plan, we're going to be bouncing around on a few different topics. The most immediately talking about what it was like to watch Rogue One after Andor. We're doing a little bit of catch up. We took some time off. And yeah, there's a lot of things. There's Comic-Con. There's God, there's been a lot of things. There's the Lucas Museum. So we're gonna bounce around. And yeah, for all of you out there, all com channels are open. Follow us on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram. Find us on Twitch, YouTube. Like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you know when we have new content. But first, I'll be your squad leader today. I am Andy Lowe, aka the Chinese Pirate. I'm a director, storyteller, puppeteer, performer, and fight choreographer. On my wing is Lexi.
Hi guys, I'm Lexi. I am a theater educated event coordinator, and my hobby is designing cosplays I can't afford to actually build.
And on my other wing is Rodney.
Hey, everybody. So, Rodney, co-founder of the Geekish Network and producer for Pod Squadron. I'm going to try to make a point to be on camera a little bit more across all the different podcasts. So, yeah, just glad to be back.
Excellent. And of course, we are just one pod in the fleet, or one squad in the fleet. We're part of the Geekish Network. That's here on YouTube or on Facebook. Find all the great shows, as well as to attack positions. We're going in. Okay, so like I alluded to, there's been a lot of announcements. There's a lot of little things here and there. We've been a bit on a break because life gets crazy. And at post Andor, there was a glow, and we just wanted to let that glow
Yeah.
settle a bit.
Yeah, what do you follow that with, really? Except a Rogue One rewatch.
Yeah. And we'll get to that too, because I found watching Rogue One after Andor really fascinating. But we'll get to that in a sec. First of all, we've got some news announcement that Matt Smith has been cast in Star Wars Starfighter. And that is Matt Smith a la, what is it, 10th Doctor?
Yeah.
10th? Or 9th?
No, 10th is Tennant, isn't it?
Is he, so 11th Doctor?
I think so.
11th Doctor.
I think
Right.
so.
Because
quote me
what's
on
his
that. I'm not good with numbers.
right? Because what's his name is 12th, old guy.
Yeah. And like he's really talented. I just the like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to not think of the fact that it's Matt Smith, but at least it's gonna be with Ryan Gosling in it, who I also won't be able to think of as not Ryan Gosling. So so that whole movie is just gonna be a challenge of suspension of disbelief for me.
Well, and also, I mean, from what we understand, he is an antagonist. This is also interesting because there were heavy rumors that were somewhat confirmed that they were talking to him to cast him in The Last Jedi. Apparently he was set to play either a clone of or a young Palpatine.
I could that I could actually bought. I don't know why that bothers me less than him being some unnamed villain. I don't know why. You know what? I'll sit with that one for a minute. But I can see him being picked up as an antagonist, even though we've seen a lot of him as a doctor, because his role in House of the Dragon is such a like I don't even think you call him an anti-hero. Like he's a scary dude. He's a scary dude in that one.
Do you have any favorite performances of Matt Smith, Rodney?
He's pretty incredible in House of the Dragon. So,
that's right. Okay, he's in that. That's the Game of Thrones prequel. Is that right?
Prequel, yeah. So he plays one of the Targaryens, and again, he is
Niece fucker.
Yeah. I was gonna say I was trying to find a better way of saying that. Yeah, but
No, there's
basically,
no better way of
the whole
saying it.
Targaryen incest thing, and
And and he picks her up as a teen, of course.
yes,
So it's like
there's
grooming
even more
and
to it.
incest.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's, I guess, the love interest / villain / what all this stuff. But he's like extremely good in that role. And
yeah, he does it really well. His character's really volatile, really compelling. Um, I'm gonna have a lot of trouble with that series because it centers so much around the dragons, and I fucking love dragons. But all the dragons die, and I know it, and that's kind of the point where like almost all of them die, or pretty much all of them except Danny's eggs. So I also don't like watching dragons die. That's my version of watching the dog die in a movie. So I don't know if I'm gonna actually be able to watch House of the Dragon.
yeah.
I also remember him playing. He was a character in Terminator Genesis, if you remember that.
I missed that one.
Let's see here. He was in Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. And
I
he
need to
was
see that one now.
he was a regular on The Crown as well. Oh, okay. Here's a um a notable casting. He was the antagonist in Morbius.
Oh yeah,
Morbius.
I was really admittedly very elevated when I watched that, and
Elevated.
apparently that's the only state that you could be in to digest that. And I completely forgot that was him, but it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
not a guy there either.
I mean, he's just a very charismatic actor. I mean, and performer. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if he's like, if he is he like an evil starfighter, or is he like, I mean, I could see him being, imperial British accented
Oh yeah.
something. I mean,
Yeah, I was
but that
gonna
would be almost too
say-
easy. I kind of almost want to see him something more dynamic.
Well, here's the thing. I think there have been reports that he is going to be some sort of general.
Oh, okay.
So, kind of, yeah,
Good try.
yeah.
Good try.
Let's see here. Okay, Sean Levy directing this pick. Mia Goth is also on board. Jonathan Troper penned the script. Who's Jonathan Troper? What else has Jonathan Troper done?
Oh, that's a good.
I don't pay enough attention to the writers, admittedly.
No. But yeah, it's also just interesting that Ryan Gosling is like an it guy right now too.
Says
Which
here
I'm glad for
is
him.
a American screenwriter, novelist, and producer.
Anything of note on his
Um,
filmography?
Let's look up his IMDb. Banshee, The Atom Project.
The Atom Project.
Your
Okay.
Friends and Neighbors.
Okay.
This
The
is where
Atom
I leave
Project.
you. Your Friends and Neighbors is the John Hamm show on Apple Plus right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Warrior. He
Look,
did
honestly,
Warrior.
guys, neither of you
Huh.
seen
Oh.
the Atom Project. I know
See
if
one
you-
more time.
The Atom Project. You guys haven't seen that.
Have not.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. No. Wait. Go watch that one. It's
Oh,
It's
it's also
like
Ryan Gosling.
it comes out with like the toxic Ryan Reynolds toxic masculinity. It's like it uses time travel to deal with like how we talk to ourselves as how we're talking to our inner child, and it specifically goes after like how men talk to themselves. I mean, not exclusively, but I don't know. I went, oh my God, that's actually like I think more boys need to see this movie.
Okay.
Kind
It looks
of like
good.
like how guys were feeling really good after watching Superman and Kindness is Punk Rock and that whole thing. Like it's kind of got a similar vibe to it, and Zoe Saldana's in it, and
Yeah.
it's definitely worth a watch. It's worth a watch.
So he definitely seems to have some pretty notable stuff under his belt. So
Right.
Okay, give it a shot.
Well, fingers crossed. This seems to be the Star Wars film project that has gotten further than most. So
true.
fingers crossed. Let's see here. Next bit of news. Emmy nominations. Andor season 2 receives 14 Emmy noms. Um,
Good.
I gotta say, I mean, I'm happy for all the nominations that they got, but really, what the fuck that there are only 2 acting nominations for Forrest Whitaker and for um uh oh god, wait, who's the other one? It's Forrest Whitaker and
I'm looking at it right now. Outstanding drama series, second costume,
I mean,
directing.
more actively, nothing for Genevieve O'Reilly, nothing
Yeah, none of the
for
acting
Yes,
noms.
not
Yeah.
freaking
O'Reilly. Alan.
and
Okay, well, at least they're giving Alan Tudyk some flowers with
oh
the
yes, yeah,
voiceover. But I
and
can't
happy
believe
for
that.
that,
Yeah,
right?
happy for that. So, like, Forrest Whitaker did a phenomenal job, but like,
Yeah,
how the hell, how the hell is? I mean, I don't know. Everybody gave such standout performances. I really don't understand why more of them aren't.
and it's like it's interesting because like I honestly it doesn't surprise me that that oh god, I'm blanking on his name. Why I can't think of any names today. Or the Andor actor, uh,
Diego Luna.
Diego Luna. Diego Luna didn't get nominated, and it's not because there was any weakness to his performance, but as a executive producer and a lead, you can see how generous he is.
Yeah.
Right. And there's a lot of intentionality to him, basically teeing off his other castmates in of like all of his scenes, everything's like you can see it's just there's a lot of generosity there. Yeah,
But how did Elizabeth Della not get a nom or
yeah,
like that?
or Skarsgård, for God's sakes. I mean,
Skarsgård,
Yeah.
O'Reilly, like any of like all three of those. Like I'm just surprised that one or more of them did not get a nod.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was
I was
listening
kind of
to
surprised. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was listening to some other speculation on that, and it's just, I think it's also a byproduct of how they submit to the Emmys.
Yeah,
Right. So now Andor, it was different arcs, right? So each year was every 3 episodes was a different year. So if they submitted certain episodes, some of those people weren't in those, right?
yeah,
And so that was part of it. I think also part of it was there was so many White Lotus nominations, and that it was very, there's speculation that it was very
stacked.
not necessarily stacked, but like very political in the sense that the people that do the nominations, they're all people that want to be on the next White Lotus.
Fair.
Right. Whereas like some of the other actors may not necessarily want to be on the next Star Wars, but like they realize like how big of a like career boost it would be to be like on the next White Lotus, or like it's like it was like some sort of like wish fulfillment that like I don't know. It was total speculation. But I think also too, it's just like let's face it, there's the genre tax, right?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of the Emmy voters are, but I mean, the fact that they got outstanding drama series was like, if they didn't get it as a drama series, was like, then that for sure was going to be like a massive snub. But you're right. They really should Skarsgård, Diego Luna, Genevieve O'Reilly. Those three for sure should have got some sort of like.
I mean, for a hot second there, I felt like they were campaigning hard for the young lady who plays oh god.
Playa. That's Elizabeth. That's what I was talking about. Elizabeth Delato. She should have had a.
Yeah.
She should have had,
which could have been such a coup for her, like
yeah,
but well deserved.
Whatever. But I mean, okay, I really do. I do love that the costume department is being recognized, and I do love that the composers are being recognized, especially for the music and lyrics for the whole new language, the Gorman language.
Complete side. Things that I discovered like later on. Um, so the Andor theme, it's a counter, it's a counter harmony, not even a melody. It's a counter harmony to the Force theme.
Oh,
That is so
that's
interesting.
so
Right. So if you think
brilliant.
about the Andor theme is da 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 da
Yeah.
da, and then you match it up with da 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 da
I'm sorry,
da
guys, it's gonna
da.
make me cry. That's
Yeah.
That is
I
So
so
need.
cool.
so really, right? It's like talk about another level of symbol. I mean, still finding new stuff in Andor, right? So this is Star Wars without the Force theme, right?
Mm.
The
Oh,
absence of the Force.
Has anyone
so good.
overlaid the tracks?
I mean, I did.
You did?
I mean, it popped in my head while I was driving in the car one day, and then like I went on YouTube and I would like, okay, so I'm getting, a computer and a phone, and I'm playing both tracks. I'm like, fucking, it freaking lines up.
Okay, well, I know what I'm doing as soon as we're done with this.
Well, I'm gonna fire up Premiere Pro later on,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's like that whole it's like the whole like can you lick your elbow thing, then you got to go try it, except you can actually do this one.
Let's see. We're moving on because we do want to be a little faster, and I'm going slow. Oh, you know what? Actually, okay. One more thing I got to talk about the Emmys. We should not give a nod. Harrison Ford has gotten his first career Emmy nomination, and this is after I think he's been nominated for an Oscar only once. I want to say did not win. So, go Harrison Ford. This is for his show on Apple Plus Shrinking.
I wonder if that's why
Um
he's always so grouchy about this production he's been in. He's low-key salty that he's never picked an award winner.
he seems to be more gracious to
he
the Star Wars fandom late.
of late, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just mean in general, he's
I
just
know.
grumped about so many productions he's been a part of, and I'm like, I wonder it's because you never pick a winner.
There is actually a really sweet video. So I guess they had video on set when the nominations were announced, and he was gave a very heartfelt thank you to the crew of
Oh,
Shrinking, and just kind of thanking everyone for making this just a really great experience
that's
for
fun.
him. And it was funny. Jason, his co-star Jason, the again, just blanking on all names today. The actor from How I Met Your Mother, and the Muppets film, Jason something or other. Well, that guy, the other
About.
co-lead of Shrinking,
Jason Segel.
uh, Jason Segel. Thank you.
Yeah, the tall one.
Basically kind of called him out. It's like, yeah, we all know you're not as grumpy as you like to to make it out to
Portray.
and
Yeah.
portray. And I think Harrison Ford just, you shut the fuck up, and he walks off set. uh yeah, so that's another cute little thing to look up, find on YouTube.
They also put out some like first glances of second season of Ahsoka and Shadow Lord for Maul.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they've released some set photos. I think that was actually something pretty
The facial
clever.
hair is gone.
Yeah. Well, something that was clever that they did at Comic-Con, because they didn't have any footage, because they literally just like had pre-production and were just starting to shoot. They took, in a kind of homage to the original teaser trailer for Empire Strikes Back, they cut together a teaser trailer, um um just using concept art. And if you were old enough to remember that first concept art trailer for Empire Strikes Back, it was like, oh yeah, that's homage. It's fun. But
Yeah, I've got I am a fan of them. I like he looked good with the facial hair, but I like that you can see his little baby face. Yeah, no, he makes a good Ezra, I think.
There are okay, I don't know if this is confirmed yet. I saw some rumors that they have cast Agent Callus. Have you guys heard that?
I have not. I have not. This is new news to me.
So again, I don't know if this is confirmed yet. But I saw a rumor that they cast Wyatt Russell as Agent Callus.
Okay.
Now that
That name
again,
tickles
rumor,
it.
I make no claims to knowing that that's for sure true. But I saw something in passing and I was like, okay, that's curious.
What
So
was the
you
name?
talking about in season 2 of Ahsoka?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If you
What
remember
was the name that you just dropped? It sounds familiar, but not well
what
enough to be.
Wyatt Russell, the U.S. agent from
Okay.
Marvel,
Kurt
and
Russell's
Kurt
son.
Russell's son.
There we go.
But yeah, I mean, I think actually, I mean, it would be pretty good casting. I mean, Agent Callus, if you remember, he started off at the beginning of Rebels as an antagonist, and
Mhm.
he has the change of heart. He has the connection with um
Zeb, yeah,
with
from the when
Zeb,
they both get stuck in the ice pit.
and he has his own guilt for his participation in the genocide of Zeb's people, and he has a change of heart. He becomes Fulcrum for a while and eventually defects and becomes a rebel himself. Um, yeah, so that'd
That
be
was a good arc. That
interesting
was
and
a good
fun.
arc. I think that was one of the arcs that like really made Rebels and like the first a lot of the first season like it was good and it like had really good bones but it was a little more light
Yeah,
uh, and didn't really get into the themes as much um and that I don't know that was such a good arc. I was a big fan.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, there was specifically like his turning point episode. I thought was actually that was that episode where he gets stranded with Zeb, and then he comes back and like no one says, did you go to the doctor or whatever like that, and he just kind of sits alone in his bunk, and you can just kind of see him rethinking, oh, I'm just
Yeah,
a cog
he
in
has
this
that
machine, I'm
like
disposable.
my supposed enemies treated me more humanely than
Yeah,
my own people. Yeah. Yeah, that episode went pretty deep and I mean like that was a good episode for Zeb too.
yeah,
Um I'm hoping we'll get to see Zeb in either Mandalorian Grogu or season 2 of Ahsoka because they teased
yeah.
him and
I
man,
mean, they have the model. It's just whether or not they can spend the money on the
The
CG.
VFX. Yeah, yeah.
spend the money, give us Zeb, you cowards.
Andy, did you see any of this stuff at San Diego Comic
I
Con?
did. I mean, honestly, there wasn't a lot of new. So it was like, okay, it's cool. I mean, it's still fun to see the props and displays and some of the lightsabers. Yeah, that was the last slide that you just showed. That was the and I'd seen this before. They have the whole mask apparatus and animatronic face
Bane.
for Cad Bane, which is
Oh, cool.
really such an amazing construction, because it's like really they're trying to keep as much of the actor's face as possible because they don't want the head to be oversized on the body. So there's really not a whole lot of layers to fit in a lot of animatronics and like gears and rotors to articulate the face and the mouth and all that. It's a really amazing build.
That sword looks really cool. The top, the Morgan Elsbeth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like the
You know
Night
what? I missed that. I didn't
Sisters.
see that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
So cool.
So, unfortunately, I didn't make it to it, but this was also a landmark Comic Con as it was the first time that George Lucas was in attendance. He had a panel on Sunday, basically with Doug Chang, concept artist for the prequels and other Star Wars stuff, as well as Guillermo del Toro, and they were talking about the new Lucas Museum of Narrative Art that is being built over in Exposition Park, right next to the Natural History Museum.
Cool.
And from what I understand, they showcased a lot of kind of what collections and what pieces are coming to the museum, which is set to open next year, I believe.
Nice.
So yeah,
Might give me something new to visit if I go visit my family next year.
Yeah, I can't wait. I literally can't wait for that thing. I'm gonna spend a lot of time there, and I think it's it's not just gonna be Star Wars stuff, but
of
I
course,
mean
yeah.
just being there, like that, all that stuff, all the new things that they're doing, in that space, like the Academy Museum to this museum to it's like
Well,
Definitely gonna be more than
well, and
Star
Lucas has talked about this before that this is a lot of stuff from his personal collection,
mhm.
and this is not just like you say, not just Star Wars stuff, but he is a narrative nerd, so he's
He like
like
he picks names
has
with intention, and it's called the Museum of Narrative Art. So
yeah.
it's not gonna just be Star Wars. There's no way he would do that.
I mean, there's classic like comics. It's it's so it is about comics. It is about sequential storytelling. It is about cave paintings and all he's got a lot of kind of classic Renaissance pieces as well. Um, um, and then of course I presume Guillermo del Toro was there because he has his own
Yeah,
collection
of
of
horror stuff, right?
I mean, not just horror stuff. I mean, he's also a big nerd of story
Yeah.
and artifacts and yeah. I mean, it should be very cool. So
Yeah, it says
Yeah,
he
let's
has
go
amassed a
next
collection
year.
of 40,000 pieces, and he refuses to sell any of them. So he's probably gonna have
yeah,
a bunch of them in there. This
it
quote is
belongs in a museum.
this quote is really cool.
Okay,
I thought,
fine, we'll
yeah.
build one. Jeez.
He said, this quote was really cool. If you have an emotional connection, that's art, Lucas said. The idea that people can tell you what art is, from my experience making movies, other people's opinions don't mean much. The only thing that matters is what you do and how you feel about it. I like that quote.
Yeah.
It's almost like a dig at like people that just say like, "Oh, it's just Star Wars," or
Well,
And
also, I mean, I think it's I mean, this has been a consistent thing for him too, right? Like, I mean, even just the act of making Star Wars was about kind of bucking, what is art, what is uh uh what I mean is, what is commercial, what is art, right? And particularly as we're in a time where everything is so franchise driven, right? It is so commerce driven. Um, to kind of stop and remember what narrative is.
And the fact that Star Wars became one of the biggest franchises in the world because the narrative was there
Yeah.
and relatable,
And of
compelling.
course drawing on traditions.
Mm-hmm. Oh, uh, engineered to be compelling across multiple people from multiple walks of life. Just
Yeah.
absolutely meant for that appeal. Kind of like K-pop. Just engineered for that, and yeah, it wasn't I don't think he made it to try and create what he did. He just
Yeah.
wanted to like tell a story that as many people as possible would enjoy
Yeah. Yeah.
and resonate with, and like he did that. Wow, wow.
Well, and of course, yeah, I mean, as we talked about, or you even mentioned too, right? I mean, that intentional attempt to make a modern mythology that would simplify these questions of good and evil and right and wrong and selfish and unselfish acts, right? Particularly in the wake of the 70s and post civil rights and post Vietnam War. That was his major drive.
Mhm.
And here we are,
And here we are.
almost what it was like almost 50 years later.
Yeah.
Actually, wait.
it's gonna be 50 years, and that's why they're having a celebration in LA, in
Oh,
2027.
Holy cow, that's right.
It's gonna be 50 years.
Dang.
So that's why they're having celebration in LA. And then they're also saying, because the Lucas Museum is going to be open in 26. So when people come to go to celebration, they can go see the museum, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sure there are going to be all kinds of other things around town, if not just as celebration for Star Wars. So, 50th. So, and
Yeah, I don't think I quite put that together. My God, 50 years of Star Wars.
It's crazy. It is
is
really crazy.
something else.
So should we jump into?
Yeah. So really quick, just talking about, okay, I already kind of cheated and kind of added my little thing about the musical theme. But okay, so Rogue One, what were things you guys noticed, or how was the experience of Rogue One different after watching Andor for y'all?
So and because I like to watch things to enjoy them, and especially Star Wars, like I think I've talked about it numerous times, where like I try to come into Star Wars just going, okay, I'm gonna take it for exactly what it is, where it's at. And watching Andor, and then like immediately the next night watching Rogue One, and then knowing that A New Hope comes after that, it almost felt like a bridge, a tonal bridge in between the two.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So my optimistic, like my overall positives would be that I came at it in such a way that it ended up feeling like an effective bridge. It was halfway in between the like darker, more complex side that we saw in Andor, but it still had a little bit more of the pacing and humor that we saw from our classic Star Wars.
Yeah.
A little bit more of the camp that we saw in our classic Star Wars. So it felt like a tonal bridge for me. But I found myself personally going, well, I mean, like if we're gonna be completely honest, I actually really like the slow burn pacing
Yeah.
of the show better than the movie.
I gotta say that was a little jarring, right?
The monologues are so much better. I mean, like
monologues are better.
there's really good monologues,
but just that fast paced, like you watch it, and even from the first few minutes, you're like, oh, this is an action film, right? And that's the focus of it.
But I also remember seeing Rogue One when Andor did not yet exist, and it feeling slower.
Yeah.
And so much grittier. And it still does feel grittier. It still definitely does feel grittier than, your classic Star Wars, but it was slower pace. And I remember being like, whoa, like this is kind of cool. Like this pacing is really cool. It's a little bit more spycraft, and like little did we know what was yet to come.
I mean, one thing for me was in my head, Rogue One was so much more of an ensemble film. And I had kind of forgotten how much focus was given to Jyn Erso.
Yeah, she was the main character. Really.
Yeah,
she really was, and Cassian was the sort of supporting actor, right?
Yeah,
and so
which was interesting, right?
Because
really
interesting.
Then going from Andor, where so much focus is, and again, Andor is very much an ensemble show, but with Andor being at the Cassian being at the center of it, and now so much focus on Jyn Erso. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I watched it. I don't know about you, Andy. I think you mentioned this to me, but I watched it right after the season finale. I went straight into it, which I know there's a lot of people did. I know there's a lot of people that watched episode 4 right after Rogue One. And they said that it actually really, really holds up, and it's like a really good way. And they're like recommending any new Star Wars fans to that's the order you should watch things in. Watch Andor, going into Rogue One, and then A New Hope. And I have to say, I really want to try that. I think I'll try that one, like a rewatch of season 1 and season 2, and then I'll do Rogue One and then A New Hope. I think my biggest takeaways was I think I was still so emotional about the ending of season two
Two. Yeah.
that I wasn't as emotional as I thought I would be when at the end, you
Mm.
know, with the ultimate sacrifice and then them on the beach. Um,
Yeah,
I
you know
don't
what?
know. It
Like
didn't.
if
It
if you could if you could tinker, like how much I would love to just go ahead and take some of those Nemec monologue clips and insert them into parts of Rogue One, right?
yeah. And I
Just
have
to
literally
underscore.
seen. I have literally.
Marva's
Yeah.
Marva's
Oh
Marva's
yeah.
speech too.
Yeah.
Marva's speech too, because like I could definitely see that being something that people would also spread
And
from
I've
like,
seen some fan
would leak out.
edits of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have seen some fan edits of that where they've used clips from Rogue One and Endor and the clips of like the monologues and all this. I'll just send it to you guys. It's like
Yeah.
it's really effective, and I think that's kind of what I was thinking. But at the same time, like it still was just great to
I
go
can
from. I love that like the last scene of him in season two of Andor, him walking to his ship, and then basically it just starts off right there.
Yeah.
Rogue One starts off right there. So I think that was a really, really cool that they were able to like basically tie them together with basically right where in season two ends, right into Rogue One. That was great.
Did you guys feel that the stakes felt different in Rogue One with all of this context in place?
yes, because the first watch around without seeing all of the struggle behind it, it did almost feel like a Titanic moment or a Moulin Rouge moment where like Moulin Rouge starts out, the woman I love is dead. And, like Titanic, we all know how that goes. So it's like you keep hoping, or Romeo and Juliet, you keep hoping it's not going to happen, but it's going to happen. And then it's devastating when it does. But after you've seen all of the sacrifice that they put in, and there's so much more context for what the success of that mission means, it almost feels like to me, felt a little bit more like a victory almost when they went out
Mm,
than it did before.
yeah.
Because you've already seen also like there was a teeny part of me even knowing that like it meant that he wasn't going to get to go ever meet, his child.
Oh
There was a
God.
little
Yeah.
there's
Okay.
a
That.
little part of me that was still like when he just like hugs Jin on the beaches, they see like the cloud, the white cloud coming towards them. I just thought, you know what, man, he really does deserve a rest. Like he's
I.
been through the most.
I mean, that was the other edit I thought of. If you could just insert the shot of her in the wheat field looking into the cloud and put that opposite him
Mm-hmm.
looking over Jin's shoulder into the blast.
And it also I really what I really liked, one of the things that I particularly liked about um having learning so much more about Andor as a character, even though it was an ensemble show, is that a lot of people were shipping Jin and Cassian, and I never quite got that. Never quite got that
Mm-hmm.
from them. Uh, it it definitely felt more comrade-ish, and then I can kind of see at the end how he almost didn't need to find his sister because he found one,
Sure.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like found a proxy for the sister that he never got to save. Um,
And she's like
you know,
a sister in arms, right? Comrade
yeah,
in
a
arms,
literal
right?
a
Yeah.
sister in arms, and the proxy for the sister, where he realizes this might as well be my sister. This is as good as my sister. And he's able to come to terms with that. So I liked how it did that. And then I can also see what you're saying, Rodney, as to how watching A New Hope after Rogue One would be a good move, because I think it ties into what I said about, well, there's that tonal shift. And I think it would be kind of cool to watch that. I think one of the reasons that people are saying it works is because as the tone gets lighter and lighter, we get closer to the Force.
Yeah.
And they just like it's just like season two went right into from moments after goes into Rogue One. Same thing with
Mhm.
Rogue One goes moments after goes right into New Hope, right?
Mhm.
So I think that's really good. I think yeah, I would definitely if I ever come across somebody that's never watched Star Wars before, that's like the recommended, you know, watching for me from now on. And so, you know, and it's funny because like I know there's a lot of people that do like certain things like every year at a certain time they watch certain things, right? Like I know a lot of people that watch like Lord of the Rings at like Christmas, like every year, and I know there's some people that do like Star Wars. You know, they watch Star Wars like every single year at a certain time. And I think that'd be really cool. I think I'm gonna start trying to do that. Maybe like
I watch
every year
Practical Magic. I
rewatch
watch Practical
Andor.
Magic every October, you guys.
Yeah.
And like honestly, no. Now that I have a house, I'm actually having a midnight margaritas party where there's that scene where they make midnight margaritas with their witchy aunts, and I'm going to
Nice.
time it so that the midnight margarita scene starts at midnight, and we're doing it on a full moon weekend, and it's gonna be a thing.
Excellent.
Yeah, it sounds like that
Should
sounds
have a Star
awesome.
Wars party. No, I should
So-
have a. I don't even want to have a Star Wars party.
So my two biggest things, number one, having the context of Andor, and then of course, well, all of that really makes me look at the Empire in a different way in Rogue One, and a different way in all of it together with Andor and Rogue One makes me look at both Episode 4 and Episode 5 very differently, right? Because
How
if you
so?
think of it in terms of in a matter of weeks, the head of Imperial ISB and like basically 4 people in ISB either died, went to jail, or committed suicide.
Yeah.
So like, can you just imagine the chaos in the line of command as literally ISB is crumbling, and then Krennic, you know, dies in Rogue One, and all of the best troops in the fleet, I mean, you know, like all these elite, you know, people at the top ranks of the Empire that have all shifted their allegiance to Tarkin because Tarkin is the biggest fish, are all ultimately wiped out with
Within
the
weeks.
destruction of the Death Star within a matter of weeks.
Right.
And it's just this dominoes falling, right? And so when you think about that in terms of the absolute chaos in the line of command of the Empire, it like it's always this thing of, you know, how come we never saw Darth Vader in command of the fleet in Star Wars, but he has the executor, you know, and is commanding the whole fleet? That's why, because all the leadership was wiped out. So with Tarkin gone and all the kind of big governors and other elite generals and grand admirals, you know, wiped out at the Death Star, the Emperor basically gives Vader the fleet, and all of the other admirals are incompetent, so he keeps killing them because they all suck. Right? It's like the way that kind of dovetails, I thought is actually kind of brilliant, because
it makes a lot more sense as to why Farm Boy Luke would be able to get so lucky on so many levels, because everything is in chaos.
Everything's in chaos. Everything's falling
in
apart.
chaos. There is no reliable leadership. Nobody who actually knows what they're doing. None of the replacements know what they're doing yet, if there even is a replacement.
But that even goes back to like what you were saying earlier, Andy, about Nemec's manifesto. He says that. He says like, just try, because like there's all these little battles all across the universe against this oppression that it's just gonna crash like a wave. It's gonna crack.
Break and leak.
Yeah, and it's just like that goes to show too, because I think there were some people I saw on Reddit, they were like, it's like days, not weeks, that like it just happens, you know.
You guys also realize the extra smart writing with Nemec's manifesto, where he talks about authority cracking, breaking, leaking, and frail, mirrors Leia's line to Tarkin about the harder you grasp, more systems will slip through your fingers, and I have no doubt that's intentional.
Yeah, totally.
And one last thing, I will say that I think with season 1 and season 2, I think we've always talked about this, and then obviously with season 2 coming out when it has, and what we're going through currently, it resonated even more. So I think for me, um, the ending scene of with Bix, but then also what happens with the Empire, um, fills me with hope
Yeah.
that yes, things will crack, and then the more they keep putting their fists, like you said, Lexi, like
Yeah.
the tighter and tighter they keep going their grasp, that it will it will break. So
I mean, we say this as the federal government
mhm.
has taken over the police department of DC and
And
is trying to, yeah.
deploying the National
And
Guard.
is trying to
But
overturn.
and I
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
and I think that I wanted to propose this to you guys like before, but maybe we'll revisit it. But I do think that like maybe we could like take a look at like the parallels between what's in Endor and what's happening now, like in through
Sure.
history.
Mhm.
Just because it's like I think it's worth discussing, and also just worth like noting, because
Mhm.
Gilroy talked about it. He's like, yeah, it seems prescient now, but it's basically he's just learned from he's just writing from history,
Yeah.
and all this stuff has happened before, and
One thing I'll mention on that net too, when the pandemic hit and I was just, hit with the existential dread,
mhm.
one of my first big pandemic watches or like binges was I went and tracked down the whole DVD set of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicle,
Hmm.
because and it really was that I mean, I just remembered like how bold it was for them to make a primetime weekend kids show that sent the protagonist to and tried to explain the First World War and talk about, the first industrialized warfare. I mean, it's like, and then granted, yeah, like as an adult now and you're watching, you can see, okay, that's Sean Patrick Flannery climbing on a bunch of dummies that are, and they're clearly dummies. But it's like, I mean, the ambition of that is was kind of amazing. And yeah.
I know you have mentioned that, and I've never watched it, so I'm gonna try to track it down and watch it. I think I've
Yeah,
watched
or
like one or
if you
two
want to borrow the
episodes when it.
DVD set, I have it. So
Yeah, I've watched like one or two when it first aired, but I haven't watched. But it would be. But I
it
think
is
it
so
goes to
ambitious.
show.
Like it's crazy to
Yeah,
think that, yeah, in the 90s they did this television show and just he tanked a crap ton of money. He was shooting on location in Europe, and I mean, it's all period. I mean, yeah, it's kind of an amazing show.
yeah. There's hope. I think. I think
Yeah.
that's the point. I think. Um, yeah, and so going back to that really quickly, and then we have to wrap up. But like
Yeah.
that last scene, how did it hit you guys? The last scene of Rogue One, like how did that hit you after seeing Andor? Did it hit you differently when you first
I
watched?
mean,
Or,
I think in my head I just kept montaging
Yeah.
to other, you know, like, because it's like, yeah, I imagine, yeah, if this is now the series finale of Andor, right?
Hmm.
To a certain
Yeah,
degree.
the special episode,
Yeah.
special extended episode. Yeah, it like I said, it there were some parts that didn't hurt as much before that hurt more,
Mm.
and some parts that hurt less because they felt like more of a victory after you had the context.
That, or if you felt, what, this is something I definitely felt, was that there were some characters that I felt um I didn't have enough time with,
Hmm.
right? Like honestly, I remember watching Rogue One and honestly kind of feeling like Forrest Whitaker's scenes were kind of a waste of time.
Mm.
and that his standing out staring out the window waiting for death is so much more poetic.
Yeah.
Now, honestly.
Mhm.
Um
You have no idea where I am.
No, we know exactly where you are.
That's true, actually. You know what? And then yeah, they have the quick scene. There's a quick scene. Wait, does he interact with Mon Mothma in Rogue One as well, or am I just conflating those scenes?
That's a
Oh
different
yeah,
problem to have.
she just comments that he's extreme, huh? We don't actually see them interact. Oh no, that's right. She says, yeah, he won't talk to us. That's funny.
That's really funny.
Okay, this is the other thing that I thought to myself of, you know what? Now I want like the prequel series to like Baze and Chirrut.
Yeah.
Yes,
I was
I
gonna
would
say,
watch that.
yeah,
I
for
would
sure.
absolutely watch.
I would love to watch that.
watch
Donnie
Yeah.
Chen.
I
Like,
think
yeah.
I think a limited series would be
Or
really
Donnie
would
Yen.
look
I'm
a lot
sorry.
better.
Donnie
Yeah.
Chen. Donnie Yen. I think it would be
Yeah,
awesome.
I had forgotten what great characters they were.
Yeah, I would watch. I think a limited series format would work really well for those two as a story. That would be cool.
Right on. Anything else we want to cover?
I think we're good.
We have crosstalk tonight. We have crosstalk tonight, don't we? Do we?
We do have crosstalk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
let's see here. How much time did we got to crosstalk? Maybe
We can
another.
go right now.
Oh, okay.
We can talk for
Then
like.
let's bring him on. Hey,
Hey,
long time no see. How's it going?
I know. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing all right.
Good stuff.
So I think how about this? We kind of bounced around in topics around Star Wars, but what is everyone watching and streaming right now?
Wednesday for me. I just
Foundation.
started Wednesday.
Oh, I just went through the first four. and I'm glad I moved
Wednesday
through
came
that
back.
fast.
It came out Wednesday.
On Wednesday,
I gotta look that up.
they're dropping the second half in September
Right.
in a week or a couple weeks.
Yep. The first
Yeah.
4 came out Wednesday. Then, as she said, the next 4 are coming out in September.
All I
We
know
was
is
on an illegal cliffhanger.
all I know is that I saw photos of the Wednesday whatever meals that they have at Wendy's, and and they look pretty fantastic and grotesque and great.
I didn't know they had Wednesday meals at Wendy's.
Yeah, they've got like an ice cream like sundae that's
Mhm.
like ice cream, and it's got like a thick red bloody looking
I could see that.
fruit sauce into it.
Definitely.
I could see that.
Definitely. Yeah.
It sounds delicious, actually.
It's a few scenes of Pugsley. He makes some recommendation for some dietary choices that I don't think we would all agree with. So I can see how
Yeah. Oh, I remember those.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I can see how Wendy's could really run and play with that.
So I just finished Resident Alien. I didn't realize they were finishing off the series
Mhm.
entirely.
Mhm.
If you're not familiar, that's a show.
Rewatch.
with-
Restart my watch.
It's sci-fi, and it's Alan Tudyk is an alien that lives in like a small town, and I don't even know where they are, but it's like small town. It's very
It's like
quirky.
Oregon or somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's
like
very
woodsy.
silly. But a lot of good heart moments as basically this alien who was originally going to
Guys, it's a
destroy the
Colorado.
Earth.
It's a Colorado mountain town, you guys.
Oh, it
And-
is a Colorado.
and-
Okay.
and you know what's funny is that living near and knowing people who live in and having visited many a Colorado mountain town after almost 5 years here, it's exaggerated, but also kind of accurate.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, all the kind of small town characters. I mean, I kind of love some of the arcs that they've put, and also had opportunity to kind of play with the Native American perspective and in the
Nice.
small town life, and Yeah.
Really do be up in everybody's business. Like
Yeah.
you don't, except for like the dating within a small town thing, people actually really try to avoid that, because if you burn your bridge with like one of the 6 people that is like available to you,
Mm. It's like an HOA.
it's basically like an unspoken HOA for dating.
Okay.
Like one of the reasons, like I mean, when I first moved out here, I was not in Denver. I was in a mountain town.
Mhm.
And I dated one person there and immediately was like, yeah, no, and we're leaving all together. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Like, no.
Wow.
One and done. She's like an NBA player. One and done.
I was there 8 months and I just disappeared and no one's ever heard from me again. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
no,
which, sci-fi things. Anybody watch Murderbot? You guys watch Murderbot?
No, what's
it's like
that?
the third person I've heard to say I should watch it.
It was
so.
good. I would
good.
recommend it.
Mhm.
What's that show?
It's Apple TV's
It's based
series.
on the Murderbot series of novellas, and it stars
The
one of the
Skarsgård.
Yeah, Skarsgård.
Alexander
Alexander
Skarsgård.
Another
Yeah.
Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's only like, it's really interesting because it's only like 30 minutes each episode.
Mhm.
So it's like dark humor because he plays a robot. And he plays the titular murder bot. But yeah, it's pretty good. I watched all of it and it's really good. It's got it's dark humor. You don't like laugh out loud, but it's very, very entertaining. And well done. I mean, I think the one thing about like Apple Plus shows, they do not skimp on production quality.
Yeah, the production value was
really
nice.
So
really
like
nice.
Foundation, like this last season of Foundation, I mean, there's some scenes where I'm just like, wow, like they're on these different worlds, and I'm like, holy crap, dude! Like they really did, and it's probably
This is like the exact opposite of Resident Alien.
probably. Yeah.
Honestly, okay, like this
Isn't Resident Alien dark a comedy too?
Well, we're talking about production value.
I mean, well, okay. I mean, here's the thing, but in terms of tone, like I talk about like laugh out loud. I absolutely lost it because they have this whole thing. Alan Tudyk is an alien. He falls in love with this other alien who is actually kind of a bird race.
Mm-hmm.
And she shows up one day and says, "By the way, we have kids." And she has like a nest with a bunch of little baby birds that are their alien children. And basically at some point she's like, "Excuse me, I need to pump." It's like because she's nursing, and then she pulls out a Ziploc bag and just starts retching into it.
Oh, like a bird would.
and I just lost it. I'm like, oh my god,
that's so good. That's so good.
I mean,
Wow.
if you've encountered Alan Tudyk and you can just see like how unhinged he can get, like they let him loose.
Do they?
Yeah.
I watched the first 2 episodes. I haven't been back to revisit it.
I watched
I need
the
to go
first,
back.
Yeah, I watched the first season, and Andy knows what I've been watching. I was geeking out and still am about K-pop Demon Hunters because I'm not like a K-pop fan. But like I was 5 minutes in, I was like, so you're telling me this is Sailor Moon meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer? I'm
That is a good.
And the singers are actually good. With like minimal auto tune for like what they and I was sold. And
the songs are bangers, man.
They are bangers.
And then they made like the girl's eyes turn into like abs, and then corn, and then like corn with butter on it, and then popcorn, and then her friends eating the popcorn, and I was like, I was excited because it was the same as Sony Animation Studios and like what they did with Spider-Verse, bringing 3D animation and meshing it with the comic book kind of expressiveness.
I believe it's actually the same. It's the same animation team, actually.
Yeah, they did that, but I think they did
that. They did Mitchell's in the Machine. Yeah,
they did that, but they did it with anime, and I was like, that is just pitch perfect. Like, you did Spider-Verse and you did it with like the American comic book style, and then you translated it again, nailed it again. visually. Yeah, no, I admittedly, like, I had no idea when I put it on that it was Sony Animation Studios or that it had this like fire team attached to it. My sister and I like to rip on bad kids movies, and I was hung over one morning and looking for something to hate, and I put it on, and then it said Sony, and then some of the names popped up, and I went, "Is this going to be good?" And
Yeah, Sony Animations is having a time right now.
yeah,
I
so
They are
mean,
killing it.
I mean, I mean, I've seen articles they're committing to like at least 2 sequels, possible live action tie-ins.
I hope they do not do a live action. You know what I
Mhm.
want from them? What I want from them is a gorillas style, like
Mm.
Oh
how
yeah, that would be
gorillas
cool.
perform live, but they're
Yeah.
all. I want a Saja Boys and Huntrix concert circuit done gorillas style.
Gorilla style.
Thank you.
So
Make it now. You know how
also,
much money you'll make. You come on, Sony, balls in your court.
So-
Guess what you'll get though? They're actually putting that movie into the theaters.
They're
they are?
They're putting it
doing a
into the
No way.
sing-along.
theaters.
They're doing a
Yeah.
sing-along, but I want Sony to pay the same artists that wrote the songs to create whole albums for those bands and then go on tour with those albums. Like,
Mhm.
oh, she's gonna do
would
great.
make
So
it killer.
from what I understand, the songwriter was someone who was from the K-pop industry, never really hit, and
wasn't that she
aged,
never really hit.
and she basically she aged out before, because they have very strict aesthetic rules. So
Yeah.
she
She wanted
aged
to-
out before she could actually hit.
put her
And,
studies, she put completing her creative studies above auditioning for a group. And then by the time
Oh,
she
is that
got
the story?
around to-
Okay.
Yeah, so then by the time her name's EJ, and by the time she got around to auditioning for her debut, they were like, "Honey, you're fantastic, but you're too old for us."
Right.
It's
And
very
said
strict.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she became a songwriter, gets contracted for Sony to do this as a songwriter because she is a brilliant singer and trained. She also records some of the demos, and they went, "You know what? It's your job now.
Yeah.
You're going to be the singing voice." So they gave her the singing voice. They said, "Do you know any male singers?" And the lead male singer for Jinu is her mentor from K-pop
Oh,
school.
no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she brought her mentor up with her, and I just really, really can't get enough of the fact that her fantasy K-pop band is topping charts ahead of real K-pop bands and breaking records that real K-pop bands couldn't break. And this is all after the industry rejected her, and now it's her voice on her projects dominating. It's just poetry. As George Lucas would say, it's poetry, it rhymes.
Mhm.
So
It's good.
yeah, I
Um,
I just remember finding out that she was one of the songwriters and going like, okay, I'm hearing almost no auto-tune on this woman's performance, and she's a songwriter. Who is this bitch?
Mhm.
Who is this gloriously
She's
talented?
gonna have a really good future of music.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
really
hope
good
so.
future.
I mean, if she was working for Sony,
I'm
she'd
also
bring it
gonna.
back.
I
want
also
her to
just.
take off.
I also just want to shout out the actress who voices Zoe. Is an actress that I cast actually. She was in. I cast her in her first professional gig.
Nice.
This
Yeah.
was a play called Man of God that we did like in 2019, and I had the choice, and it was my choice because I was the fight choreographer on the show. So I had
Nice.
one role where the director was like,
Very
"Okay,
cool.
this is your choice, Andy. So like, because you're gonna have to deal with them, and they need to move." And Ji Young Yu,
hmm
just absolutely killed it. Um, um, and we cast her. She ended up having to drop out of USC
Mm.
to take the role. And I ended up inviting an agent who I know who's taken other referrals I've given her, and she signed, and within a year she booked expats opposite Nicole Kidman.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was like expats with Nicole Kidman, and then she also had oh God, indie film where she was awarded best debut performance at the Tribeca Film Festival. And now, yeah, she has this as well as Freaky Tales and one other film that released a feature that released this year. So bang
Yeah.
up year for her.
Freaky
Yeah.
Tales is amazing too if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, Freaky Tales is awesome.
It
It's
is
so much
It's
fun.
out
amazing.
already?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! I
Oh,
didn't know
Have you
that.
seen the second one? What am I thinking about then?
No, you're not thinking about Freaky Tales. Freaky Tales
Yeah.
came out this year.
Oh, I'm thinking of
It's-
Freakier Friday. No,
Oh, no,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm thinking
Nah,
of.
we're talking about Freaky Tales.
Yeah.
Freaky
that's
Too
Tales.
short.
No, I
Freaky
see it, I
Tales,
see it.
it's like
movie.
it's an homage. It's like a love letter to Oakland,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of inside jokes that I'm like, I don't.
So is
get
it
that, but
based
that's
off the
okay.
Too Short song? Is that why we?
It's in
It's-
Oakland. It's because in Oakland.
Well, yeah. So Too Shorts from Oakland, is that kind of?
It's like Kill Bill meets a horror movie.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It is
and,
hilarious.
and killing Nazis.
killing Nazis. Yeah.
Pedro Pascal's in it. Dang,
Pedro
Yeah,
that's
Pedro
Pascal's in it.
Pascal's in it.
Ben-
Yep.
What is it,
Mendelsohn.
Pedro Pascal?
I know.
In?
He's having a moment too. Somebody's having a moment as Pedro Pascal.
His agent is
Jesus.
on fire right now.
I looked up his agent. Like, who's this man's agent?
Right.
He has
He's
the
in
best
everything.
agent in.
I mean, that said,
history.
he definitely has a type. I mean, like conflicted father figure.
He does. He does.
We love a saddy daddy with a backstory. We love it.
Daddy Daddy with a backstory. That is the best time to describe him. I was like, he always has that mustache, the same mustache in
Yeah.
every television show. He's like,
I
I
don't-
don't shave for no one.
I don't
shake
fall
for
into
no
this. I don't fall into this trap in real life when I'm dating, but I always want to fix Pedro Pascal's characters. I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't know. He brings it out in me.
Saddy Daddy with a backstory. Maybe that's the type of women I need to get in that.
Oh God.
So what are you guys jumping into tonight on Geek Beast?
Well, Friday we only finished like 1 or 2 stories. So we got to finish our Spider-Man 4 rundown. Where Mark Ruffalo's back. He's not
Right.
Pedro Pascal, but he's back, and he's
I would
playing the
ima-
Hulk.
I would
Well,
imagine
so-
though, what One Piece just the trailer for One Piece season 2 just came.
Oh, did it
out.
drop?
Oh,
Dropped
you
today.
guys are about to lose me. I'm about to go bolt and watch that trailer.
Yeah, it just dropped
Mhm.
today. So yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, the One Piece trailer. The new Fortnite live action Power Rangers materials come out. So there's a resurgence of Power Rangers.
Wow.
We're excited about
Wait,
it.
so then you can play as Power Ranger skins?
Uh-huh.
Ha! God,
Yeah,
I mean that's
it's such the metaverse. It's basically
such
ready.
so
It's
wild.
Ready Player One, man.
It
Fortnite,
is.
It really is. Chuck sent me a reel today. I tried to share it, but I was sharing it under my IG. I tried to share it as under Geekish. Anyways, there's somebody stage it where like the Power Rangers attack this character, and then all of a sudden a van comes and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles come and attack the character, and it's literally like
And saves the Power
it's
Rangers.
so Fortnite is such the metaverse. It is so crazy where you just like there's so many different properties and they all exist. Like I have a Darth Maul skin and I'm wearing Air Jordans. Like
Did you
Yes.
guys see? Did you guys see the either really poorly or really well thought out advertisement for the Fantastic Four? Because
Which
they're
one?
like, now in demand are our Fantastic Four skins.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
they have Fantastic Four
Yeah.
skins. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do have
on
Fantastic Four
demand.
skins, and I've seen some in game, but
Do they have behavior like the Fantastic Four?
it's just
Like-
like the movie ones. They
wow.
look just like the movie characters, right?
But
you
can
know.
Nice.
does Reed Richards does his arm
But
stretch
they
and his
don't. But
body
they don't
stretch?
praise the
I-
advertisement Fantastic Four character skins. They say Fantastic Four skins.
Oh, four skins.
Oh,
When you read
wow.
When you read it, you're like, now our super in demand Fantastic Four skins, and you're like,
I
wait,
can't
wait,
believe I
wait.
did
We
it.
I
totally
get
missed that.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
that's a Fantastic Foreskin.
There's no way you
Girl, you should
can
play
you
this
can read it
Fortnite.
slow enough for it to not come out if you actually read it because like
Fantastic
yeah,
Foreskin.
they don't phrase
Wow.
it. They don't phrase it like skins for Fantastic Four characters available now. No, they do not phrase it that way.
Fantastic Foreskin.
Okay. All right.
That passed through somebody's editing checks.
It did.
At least that's to happen on the Epic side, the Marvel side, and the Disney side.
And I want to know if every single one of them would have like me gone send it.
Oh,
That's-
well, you know, I
somebody
mean,
had to do that.
I just imagine all the other parties going, I want to see if the Disney marketing team catches it.
I can see that. I
Oh,
can
I
They are
would if that was
such
me having to
stickers.
pass it on. I would
Fantastic
try it.
Foreskin. You know what I'm saying? You got a Fortnite. Like, hey, y'all, I'm gonna put on this fantastic foreskin for you.
That's hilarious.
Awesome. Right on.
Oh man.
Well, cool, man. Well, good talking to you guys.
Same.
Absolutely, yeah.
Have a great show.
Uh-huh.
And I guess we'll sign off right now. So thank you for joining us here on the Geekish Network. Follow the Geekish Network on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and subscribe to the channel. We'll be coming back. Not sure yet. We're deciding on what we're covering next. We might jump into Strange New Worlds. We might look into some other things. Yeah, so check the schedules for all the other great shows. And thanks to Rodney. We are the Pod Squadron. Please check out all of our content on podsquadron.com. Like and subscribe and follow us on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. For podcast subscriptions, you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app. I am the Chinese Pirate at Chinese Pirate _ on all platforms.
I'm the Feral Geek. That's the Feral Geek on Facebook and Instagram. And yeah, I'm a minor ghost. It's feral. I'm more outside than online. That's what you get.
And I'm
Strictly
the
feral.
Rodney, the Podfather. I don't know, whatever. And
So great.
yeah, just Geekish Network. Follow us on Geekish Network everywhere.
Yeah, and stick around for Geek Beasts. Good night.
Night, guys.